Alright, hope everyone's doing wonderful today. Today what I got in store is I got another old magazine I want to open up and check out with you all. This one is called Shadis, the Independent Games Magazine. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I've never really heard of it before. The reason why I got this one is because it comes with a free card from the dark. Free dark card from the card game Magic the Gathering. So there is a card from the dark in here. It is in this kind of like silvered bag. Can't really tell what it is, but I think it can be any card from the set. So it'll be kind of fun to open it up and see what we get. It says free dark card, 4 new checklists, not sure. Got Underground TM and then Ridiculous Manor, not really sure. Got some interesting art on the cover of it. Let's just kind of dive into it, open it up and see what it's about. That'd be really fun to open up these older magazines on this channel. Really just check out some of the history of these old card games and stuff like that and just have a lot of fun with it. So let's just get rid of the cellophane. And then obviously you got the dark card right here. We'll open this up at the end. Wow, it's very thin feeling. And let's just check out the cover art right there. Very kind of crazy looking art. Who drew this one? This is Gludo 94. This is drawn in 94. Got like a skull pendant on her. It looks like she has spikes coming out of her own skin like a porcupine or something. Then you got this elf warrior and some sort of fairy with these spikes coming out from them. Like some thorn elemental. She controls the thorns in the ground. Something like that. Crazy. I believe this is magazine number 16. This cost $3.95 back in the day. Let's just open this up and see what's about. Probably just a bunch of advertisements and stuff like that. You'll long for the days of simple dungeon crawl, some sort of dungeon games, lots of interesting games. You got Fallen Empires, the new expansion set for Magic the Gathering. So this came out when Fallen Empires came out. Very cool, like the art of these cards right here. And what is this? The kind of just tells you, what is this, a distribution kind of ad right here. Shadis Magazine, contents, got special features, Taste of Armageddon, Ridiculous Manor, Wide Awake in Slumberland, Game Master's Workshop, Tuning Your Armies, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Hook, Line, and Sinker, Close Encounters of a Random Kind. So I think it's kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons also in here. Cries from the Attic, you got Mailbag, you got Night Gallery, Zine Scene, Shadis Connection, Up My Sleeve, Closer Look, Discs of the Wondrous Power, Bits and Pieces, New Perspective, Post Marquee, Market Plats, and just some other things, some comics, Fingers and Friends, Bright Futures, Joe Genry, and Knights of the Dinner Table. Very interesting. And then it tells you about the advertisements that they have, all the pages, the people who paid for them. You got Novalink, not really sure. You got Storm Press, Winter Tree Software, Wizards of the Coast. They paid for 3 ads right here on page 1635 and the back of it. So on the back there should be Wizards of the Coast ad. Yep, got Fallen Empires. That's kind of cool. It tells you all the ads that you'll find in here. Fun. So let's just kind of go through this and see what it's about. Alright. You got Robotech. Interesting. So it's kind of more of a paper, not really colorized magazine. Wasn't sure about that. Cries from the Attic. Editorial of the Madman. You got Robotech here. Just some information about Robotech. What is it? Some books if you want to purchase these books. Please send $7.95 and add $1 for postage. How cool is that? Really, when you back in the day when you sent in postage with money in it, looks like some sort of Transformers or stuff up in the corner. Look at this crazy man. Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers. Creepy looking guy hanging out in the attic. Just gonna go through this and see what it's about. Human by nature, machine by choice. Legions of Steel. You got Mailbag. Our readers talk back. Dear Shadis, well, I got issue 15 today. Looks good. I only have one complaint. The magazine is just too big. I mean, it takes me so much longer to read your mag than it does other mags. Geez, have some consideration to the print a shorter magazine. Okay, enough with that. I really like the issue. Zelznick cover is awesome. I really enjoy the Cyber Chaos article. Okay, so he complained that it was too long. People saying they really like their magazine. So this is kind of just mailbag. People sending mail to them. Very cool. Really not sure what to expect of this. Oh, so there are some color ads on it. You got From the Trials of Come Heroes, From Heroes Come Legends. You got Legends. The Book of Magic. Not really sure what this is. Night City Tracks. The Gamers Connection. The Small Pressing. Okay. Just advertisements right here. Ninth Protective Magic. Tuning Your Armies. I guess it gives you some lore and stuff. 6, misformation. This group has a misleading reputation. For instance, the reputation might be that they are weak when they're actually strong, or they have a dragon when they don't. Alright, so this, I guess, like maybe if you play Dungeons & Dragons and the Dungeon Master or something could use some of these. Kind of cool. Pass through our gate into the kingdoms of Kalamar fantasy settings. Discover riveting realms of high adventure. Not really sure if this is like a, I guess like more of a Dungeons and Dragons magazine. I'm not sure, but they did include a Magic card, so I'm assuming there is some also card games and stuff like that. Interesting sort of cyber art. He's got his virtual headset on. Not really sure what's going on. They're like shooting each other. Wide awake in Slumberland. The Duelist definitely opened up some of these books, I believe, on this channel. Possibly. I think I got a rule booklet that looks like that. The official Deckmaster magazine. Oh, that's the actual Duelist magazine. I've gotten an ad for a small one. Alright, be cool to get the Duelist on this channel. Beyond This World of Supernatural. You got Zodi Games. Just kind of going through this. Not going to really read all the articles. Oh, cool. Michigan. Boxed Nightmares. Not really sure. Looks like some World War II stuff. Hanging out in the trenches. Looking over the city right there. Kind of cool pencil art right there. Laurel, I believe, drew it in 94. The Role of Nuclear Weapons in Twilight 2000. Not really sure. Taste of Armageddon. Got Morningstar Rising. I Want You to Experience the Adventures. Legend Quest. A real gem of a game. One of the best systems I've ever seen. Dragon Magazine. Legend Quest is a fast-paced role-playing game where characters are your creation and their fate is in your hands. Characters are point-based with no classes or restrictions, allowing your imagination to run wild. 1 percentile system handles combat, magic, management, gives you more time for role-playing without loading you down with characters and rules. With charts and rules, you're only one rulebook. LQ is easy to learn and contains the most dynamic rules ever created. So it seems like a version of Dungeons & Dragons or something like that. I never really got too into Dungeons & Dragons. I know my brothers play it, and I had tried it once with them, but I wouldn't say it was a fair try. The Magic Source, it would be something I'd be interested in. Look like a distributor. You want to get Fallen Empires booster for $1.45. You got Jihad for $2.75. You got Star Trek, Illuminati, and so on and so forth. Got Ridiculous Manor. Not really sure what's going on. He's scared. Light bursting out through all the windows. What's going on inside there? I don't know. He's got a weapon right there. Art by Jason Holmgreen, 1994. I guess this is... I guess maybe this is like you can go through this game and play this sort of adventure with your Dungeons & Dragons team. This is kind of the layout if you want to like map this out. Very cool, and it kind of talks to you about it. Knocking on the front door. If they go up to the front door and knock or ring the doorbell, Arthur will eventually answer it. However, you should let them wait for a minute or two so they can take opportunity to look at the statues and peer through the windows at the interior of the manor. Saxon will continue to bark and growl at them unless they have managed to shoo him away or somehow. So interesting. I guess this is like the Dungeon Master or something kind of reads through this and controls the game, and the game is kind of in the ridiculous manner. Very cool. They have the map. They have some of the story. I think that's pretty fun. Very different than games nowadays. Most games nowadays are like there's like computer-based games and stuff like that, and there's not as much freedom as I would say Dungeons and Dragons, which is really cool. Or games like this, kind of just an adventure-based game where your imagination is your limit, which I think is so cool. You got timed and triggers activities, very cool. Scenario notes, operation attributes, very cool. And they got like the map here. I think this is pretty fun. A whole bunch right here. You got about the kitchen, the main room, the chandelier. In the center of the room hangs a large bronze chandelier surrounding 3 bulbs with clear glass globes and a trapezoidal bronze plate oriented in a vertical pattern. The tops of the plates connected to the web-like pattern. So interesting. Super detailed about everything about the house. Very cool. Not sure what this is. It looks like he's in the winter and he's peeling some of these herbs from there, and he hears the wolves behind him. He's about to grab his staff and chop them. Wizards of the Coast. Not sure what this is. Maybe a failed game. Ars Magica, Magic Medieval Role-Playing, Look for Lion of the North, The Loch Legend, Turbulent, and the Source Book covering mythical Scotland. Not really sure. Beautiful, and you got the wolves in the background. Again, more information right here. Got World System Map Maker. You want to buy their map maker stuff? Very cool. The Game Express. There's a whole bunch of things right here. Got the Bathhouse, Cowboy and Indians, non-player characters, Arthur, 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, skills. The following list of skills should be give you an idea. You got animal training, boating, chemistry, communications, technology, computer sciences, cybernetics, dodge and parry, diving, electrical engineering. Wow, xenozoology. A whole lot going on there. Very cool. Oh wow, look at this. She's like a mage or something. She's got skulls on her head. You got a bunch of black cats around her. She's putting her potions into this kind of cauldron right here. Very cool. Very Halloween reminiscence. Awesome. Got the Night Gallery. Got some like 3-headed wolf creature. Fun art. Fun art. Got the Night Gallery. This is an artist showcase. Very cool. Legend of the Futures Past. You just aren't going to have this much fun anywhere else. Very interesting that I think most of the ads that were color tend to have been Wizards of the Coast ads, which I think is very interesting. I think you definitely have to pay more for the color ads. Let me just find the other color ad. I think there was another color ad. I don't know. But very interesting. Definitely the premium ads are color. You got the good, Zyri, Yar, Blackie, Graintis. He's got like a hammer, a ball peen hammer. You got Ballast Star. Not sure. Look at this guy. He's got a very squished head with the horns. Ooh, Parsley. Creepy. I guess these are like characters that you can have. These are the good guys. These are the bad guys. These are the ugly. You can use them in your story, something like that. Dracular. You got L. Jim. These are the bad guys. I'd probably be this guy right here. Ballast Star. He's a knight. Hit combat, jousting, redemption, loner. Tormented Ballastar is a lonely knight who haunts a forested region in the wilderness where he lives as a hermit. There you go. Very cool. I think this is very fun right here. Hook, Line, and Sinker. This is like totally a game for like role-playing and Dungeons & Dragons sort of adventure games like that. A totally magazine for that. Looks like some animation stuff right here. A big old dragon here. Cyberpunk 2020 or 2.0, 2.0. Wow, it's about to be 2020. That's crazy. Zine Scene. Again, some more sort of things. Parallel Universes, Parking, Parpris, Plague and Pestilence. Shadis Connection. Very cool. Close Encounters of a Random Kind. Not sure. Very cool. The Wormworm Ship. Would you look at this? Subscribe to Shadis today. How much was it? 6 times a year for $21. That's so cool. I wonder if there's still a thing from California. Good for them. Got Jihad, Fallen Empires, Spellfire. Got the, what is this, that crazy witch creature for Magic the Gathering. Very cool. A distributor right there. Fallen Empires, up my sleeve. Talks about cards. Got this wizard. Bunch of cards popping out his sleeves. Crazy looking art. Battle Lords. The Answer to Your Imagination. Little red print dot right there. Maybe this creature spit a little bit of blood. Or the ink kind of popped through right there from the printing press. Jihad cheat sheet. You got the untap, master phase, minion phase, actions available, hunt, bleed, call, vote, employee. I feel like Jihad was an intenser game than Magic the Gathering. It's more advanced than Magic the Gathering, I would say. A lot of steps, I'd say a little bit more. I mean, nowadays Magic can be very complex, but if you play it at this basic level, it can be quite simple, like the starter deck or something. Looks like we got a deck right here. You got Artifacts, you got Black Lotus, you got Disrupting Scepter 2, you got a Force Field, Ivory Tower, you got Mox Emerald, Mox Jet, Mox Pearl, Mox Ruby, Mox Sapphire, Soul Ring, 3 Rack, you got Ancestral Recall, Brain Geyser, Control Magic 2, Counter Spell 3, you got Mahamati Jinj, 2 of them, you got Phantom Monster, Wheel of Fortune, Time Twister, Time Walk, Land, you got Brushlands, Island Swamp, Tropical Island, Underground Sea 4, Volcanic Island 3, Demonic Tutor, Hypnotic Spectre, you got Mind Twist 4, Nightmare, Royal Assassin 2, Sangar Vampire, Sorcerer's Queen, Terror 2, Will-O-Wisp, Regrowth, Disintegrate, and Fireball. Wow, that's an expensive deck. I can't even imagine how expensive this deck would be nowadays. Absolutely crazy. So it kind of tells you an old deck list right here. So there's some Magic the Gathering content in here. Very cool. Very cool. Interesting. I wonder how many of like these really old cards are hidden across countries in like storage units and basements of forgotten players. Jihad, the cheat sheet. We checked out that one. What is this? Some sort of a collector's checklist. Galactic Empires. You got Base Station. You got Bribe Pirate. You got Tractor, Transporter. Not really sure what any of this is. You got Doom Trooper, collectible checklist to Heartbreaker's new collectible card game. I did look at some Heartbreaker metal miniatures and Magic the Gathering figures. Check out the video if you're interested. Never even knew that they had card games. In one of the other magazines I checked out, they had a card game as well. So it's interesting to hear that. I don't think they're around anymore, so it's a shame. You got Exorcism, Exercise Self, Inflect, Influence, just a whole bunch of cards. Warhorse Games Magic the Gathering. We have a large inventory of Alpha Beta limited edition singles. Complete sets are also available. Very cool. Even back in the day, big old distributors of cards, even singles. Your source for role-playing games and accessories. How fun is that? We ship anywhere in the United States. They're from California. Very cool. Wonder if they're still around. You got Ravenloft. Collectible checklist for TSR's first Spellfire expansion. You got Sunsword, Bloodcoin, Staff of Mimicry. Not really sure. You got a print dot right here. Lord Sloth. Cool. Sathid von Zarufch. Cool. Towers in Time. Definitely opened up and checked that out on this channel, I believe. Yeah, confusing game, but interesting. Here's a checklist for that. I wonder how many cards I actually got from there. Diffuse, common, uncommon, and a rare. The rare card is Wand of Stone, Wand of Lightning, Wall of Frost, Wall of Fire. Interesting. Got a map right here, just a colorized map. Closer look, view of games and related products. Let's see. Mythos. I opened up, I believe, Mythos, the card game on here. Castle Frankenstein. Interesting. Got a map right here. Not really sure. Can't even read it too much. Elos. Just like some sort of land. One small portion of Kingdoms of Kalmar full color maps. Ooh, we got the color. There you go. It's just like a review of some random things of Mutant Chronicles and Brotherhood, Heartbreaker, Hobbies, and Games RPG Supplement review by Thersey Verity. Have you ever wanted to do a bug hunt? Imagine running down darkened alleyways in your hard suit with your gun targeted to a significant of your quarry. Your heart racing, you're so close you can feel it, but whoa, look, your trusty sidearm, and check out, it's a bug. Okay, bug in your hand. Looks like another distributor. You got some crazy eye monster right here. Very cool. Got the Illuminati. Conquer the World by Mail. Flying Buffalo, Scottsdale, Arizona. Discs of Wondrous Power. Dream Strokes, Compulsive, Obsession, Revenge. Not really sure. Bits and pieces, little bits and pieces. Digital data. There's just some stuff right here. Declaration of Independence. Okay. Whisper in My Ear. New products from Gold Tree Enterprise. You got Adventure Works. You got Hudson City, The Urban Abyss. For $40. Award-winning Hero System. The first best universal role-playing system ever designed. There you go. So just some new stuff that they have. Little bits and pieces, I would say. Just like them. Put a pair of aces up your sleeve. What is this? Not sure. And other stuff. Neat stuff. Now available from Chessex are Innominate and Illuminati Dragon skins. The book covers feature from Steve Jackson Games and retail for $5. So book cover skins. You got a membership kit for something. Just cool. You got product delays. Tells you just about interesting product cancelments. Don't expect it Grua Tail Lata anytime soon, since the seller of Talasanta by Wizard of the Coast to... okay, it's been scrapped. Just kind of tells you some stuff about products coming out. What is going on? School is in session. Everything's all topsy-turvy. Lesson 1, there are rules. Lesson 2, there are always exceptions to the rules. Lesson 3, the exception. Check out the miniatures. Check out the price. Bunch of little miniatures. Look at this tall guy right here. Got Flashpoint. Not really sure what that is. Some sort of game. The complete set of Star Corps miniatures. Buy the miniatures for the set. Wonder if this stuff went up in price or not. Looks like some board games that they have. Cool. Fear of the Klansmen. Legions of Steel. I think that was an ad on... is that the ad on the cover? No. Just some more miniatures right here. Look at these. These are pretty cool. Evil Toad minions. Look at those crazy things. Look like out of pewter. I think there's something cool about pewter miniatures. Got Talisman. Almost looks like Jumanji or something like that. There you go. Some other miniatures right here. Corpse Marines, Cyber Leggers, Blotters, and Corpse Marines Mercenary. He's shaded out. You don't even know what he is. That's a horrible picture unless they want you to not know what it looks like. Interesting. Cool. Some miniatures right there. Look at this, like a set. Sacrificial altar with accessories. Oh, would you look at that? A bloody altar with accessories. Crazy, like candelabras, the table, some like lady, and I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a corpse. Orc with Morningstar on Archer loading. Got Alien Squad. Just some fun little miniatures. How cool is that? Very cool. Some more miniatures right here. Some sort of mech creatures right there. Some sort of jester. Not sure what that is. Some sort of warrior. Fire dragon. Phoenix lord. Ooh, look, the scry counter right there. Again, this was an ad in the other magazine too, I believe. Does it tell you the price of it? I think it was like 7 something in the other one. Can't even see if it says the price. Alright, it just says available from these fine stores. Got some more miniatures right here. Look at that. The ladies pack. Got Middle Earth PBMTM, Third Age, circa 1650. Full registration, turn fee. Rulebook alone, full color map. Interesting. So it's like buying the adventure. Adventure games. Interesting. You may be by yourself, but you're certainly not alone. Okay. More stuff right here. Our time days. You got some like warrior. Interesting. They're like ancient people with like swords and pikes, and she has some sort of like laser weapon, and it looks like she's been there for a while, or maybe she's picking them off. She chalked down how many of her she got, or however many days, something like that. Okay. So the last 2 issues of Shadis sold out within days. Talks about issue number 17. Very cool. The Master Box. Hold and protects over 800 collectible cards. Limited make of 500 marked. Interesting. Be curious what it looks like. Is it just like a metal box or what? It's $21 for $3 shipping and handling per box. Doesn't even say what it is. Brass hinges and hasps. It's got some protective poly clothing by solid mahogany made out of wood. Okay. The Market Plaza. Looking for a copy of board games Frontier 6 and information on how to contact designer. Whoever holds it, the rights to it. The game came out in the early 80s. Contact editor. Interesting. So it's just reviews and writers, artists, census for writers, and artist guidelines for Shadis. Okay, so they're just looking for workers and stuff like that. That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool. Work for a company like that. Have fun. Interesting art right here. What is this? It's definitely not one of those Emperor Marines. Definitely not. Inquisitorship. He is not registered to any of our official logs. Very cool. Just like a small little comic right here. It is in color. Into the Bloodhood. Not sure what this is. You got Manhunt, Into the Bloodhood. I think these are just like some role-playing games, and you like buy the rules. It probably tells you the backstory. Probably gives you a map, something like that. And you can play just like role-playing games with it. Pretty cool. Got another tiny captain right here. Captain Blackburn. No, sir. I have no idea. You saw the monster game, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Large wings. No, Frank. They won't fly. As he walks to Blackburn's office, he thinks about his people. They never miss. He takes a deep breath. He does enjoy his work. Mr. Blackburn, I'm going to need access into one of your people's desks and files. Section 39, paragraph 10, United Words, Power, System and Security Handbook gives me the power. Yes, I know. Be fast about it and don't disturb anyone's work. What's all this about anyway? Some sort of aliens or something like that. It's got some giant fish. Very bizarre. Fun. Joe just stands there. He's wearing a trash can. Very cool. Joe is a average man. His attributes are average. His skills are average. His role is average. He is unsung hero of the role-playing games. What chances does this everyday man in the world of cybernetic gothic magic universe? It all depends on the rules you use. Interesting. What the heck is this? He's hanging out with a sword. Knights of the Dinner Table. Looks like just a cheesy little comic. Okay, that'll be a good point to stop the adventure for the evening. Next week, you can actually enter the dungeon, and the fun will really begin. Ah, crud. I gotta have dinner with my aunt Edna next week. I'm not gonna be able to play. But we need your fighter in the dungeon. Can't get out of this one, guys. Christmas is only 6 weeks away, and I count on Aunt Edna's gift certificates. Jeez. The solution is simple, Dave. Let Bob play for your character while you're gone. That way your character won't miss out any of the treasure and experience points. Yeah, it's a great idea. I'll play El Ravager as if he were my own character. What do you say? Gee, I don't know. I really don't like having other people play my character. I had a bad experience once. Oh, come on, Dave. You're letting the party down. It's taken me years to get Al Ravager to his current level. I just wouldn't feel right letting someone else run him. For crying out loud, it's me. I was right there beside you. All the way, dude, remember?
and you don't even trust me to run your character during a standard dungeon crawl? Well, like I said, put it that way. But I'm telling you, take good care of my character. I'm trusting you. 2 weeks later, dead. What do you mean my character's dead? Well, it's tragic, really. It wasn't. It really wasn't his fault, Dave. First, we ran into a dragon. Your character, after the great hero that he is, threw himself in front of the character to save him from the blast of the fire breath, and then you insulated the high priestess of the vampire orcs, and he put a curse on you. Yeah. And then El Ravageur took upon himself to sample these strange vials of potions. We found he was poisoned. Of course, before he died, he gave his +1 hack master sword for us for safekeepings. So they pretty much killed his character. What a shame. Yeah, Legion War of Ages, not really sure. Role-playing game. There you go. And on the back, you got an ad for Fallen Empires. Very interesting. I thought that the magazine would be a little bit more colorized. I didn't realize it was going to be black and white print for the most part. And I thought it was going to be more magazine paper. This feels more like newspaper print. Interesting. Fun little magazine. Seems more about some like role-playing games, Dungeons & Dragons, stuff like that. With just some ads for some cards, a couple deck lists. Nothing too crazy, but a lot of cool information. I especially liked the ridiculous manner. Just a whole lot of information. If you want to play like a role-playing game in this manner, it just tells you about the whole area, so you know how to respond to certain things. You got like scenario notes, the television monster, just really cool. I just think it's a fun idea. Anyways, this also did come with this little pack right here, so let's just go ahead, open it up, and see what card we get. This is, I believe, just a random card from the dark, and the card is Tower of Coriol. 2 generic as an artifact. Tap, target creature cannot be blocked by walls until end of turn. Cool. I don't even think I've ever had this card before. Fun. Really like that. This is from 1994, Dan Fraser. How awesome is that? Anyways, hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Keep on keeping on, and I'll catch you all in the next one.